Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see the last topic in your files, okay? That is binary files, how we can inside the binary files, how we can write and read the objects, okay? So till now we have learned to write lines or strings and lists on files, okay? Text files we have done all these things, that is reading and writing of lines and strings and the listings into the text files we have seen. Now we are going to work on binary files, okay? Sometimes we may need to write and read non-simple objects. So these are all simple objects. So non-simple objects like dictionaries and objects are instances of the class. So till now we have seen about how we can create a class for bank account we have seen. Okay, so those objects of a class or instances of a class, how we can write down to the file. So dictionaries and instances or objects of the class are non-simple objects. These objects how we can write into the file, okay, that we will see here. So files that store objects as some byte stream are called binary files. So what is mean by binary files? Files that store objects, okay. So what type of objects? Dictionaries and objects are instances of the class as a some byte streams, as some byte stream are called. So byte stream normally it won't be read by the human being, okay. It cannot be easily read by the human being. That is only it is known as byte stream. So files that store objects at some byte stream are called binary files, okay. So which files and all storing objects as byte stream, that is known as binary files, okay. So objects have a specific structure which must be maintained while storing and accessing them. So whatever objects we are having, that will be having some structure, okay. So that structure should not get affected. Same thing must be maintained while storing and accessing them, while we are writing and while we are reading the content, no, from those kind of objects, no. So it will be having some structure that should not get affected. So how we can do this? So the Python provides a special module called pickle module, okay. Sys module we have seen already for some concepts, okay. So like that Python provides a special module called pickle module to take care of that. That is the file what we are writing into the content what we are writing into the binary files, no, it should not get affected when we are writing also, when we are accessing also, the structure should not get affected. So for that it is providing a pickle module to take care of that. So in that pickle module what special is there? As per Python documentation, okay, the pickle module implements a fundamental and powerful algorithm for serializing and deserializing a Python object structure. That is, what is mean by serializing and non-serializing? Data serialization means it is the process of converting the structured data. Okay, it is the process of converting the structured data to a format. It is a process of converting the structured data to a format that allows the sharing or storage of the data in a form, okay. That allows recovery of its original structure also. So whenever we share or we store the data in a format, and always afterwards if we are recovering that if we are receiving that file, no, from that location, it should not affect the structure of the data what we have written, okay. It should be recovered back as a original structure. So that is only known as serialization. Deserialization is this is whenever writing, no, that time the serialization will taken place, and deserialization is an opposite of serialization. That is, from byte stream it will be converted into object hierarchy. That is only known as deserialization. So let us see what is serialization means. It is the process of converting an object into a stream of bytes to store the object or transmit it into a memory or a database or to a file. So whenever we are transmitting a stream of bytes, um, that is converting an object into a stream of bytes in order to store the object or transmit it into memory or database or a file, that is only known as serialization. Its main purpose is to save the state of an object in order to be able to recreate it whenever needed. So the state of the object is not going to be affected. That is, the structure of the object is not going to be affected because we can recreate it whenever we need it. We need to get it back as it is when how it was returned to the file. Before it was returned to the file, how it was, okay. In the same structure we can get the data back, okay. That reverse process is only known as deserialization. So both serialization and deserialization algorithms are used in this pickling methods. That's why they said the pickle module implements a fundamental powerful algorithm for serializing and deserializing a Python object structure. Okay, so pickling is the process whereby a Python object hierarchy is converted into byte stream, and unpickling is the inverse operation whereby byte stream is converted back into an object hierarchy. So first object we are sending into the file, that is known as pickling method. We are writing the content into the binary file, that is pickling. Unpickling means inverse operation, that is byte stream is converted back into an object hierarchy, that is instance of the class. Like that we will get the result. When we are reading it, we will get the original data, but when it is returned to the file, it will be like a human readable format. It won't be like human readable format. Okay, that is only pickling process. So in this info box, we will learn to use pickle module for reading and writing class instances, that is class variables and methods and values, how we can read and write, that we are going to see here. So in order to work with pickle module, okay, first we must import it in our program using import statement, that is import pickle. And you may use dump and load methods. So these two methods are there in this module pickle. Okay, so you may use dump and load methods. Dump is used for writing, okay, load is used for reading, that we will see with different examples now. So dump and load methods of pickle module to write and read from the file respectively, that is for dump for writing and load for reading from the file respectively. So how we can write the content into the file, that we will see first. Okay, so writing instances, that is class instances variables onto a file using pickling. So in order to write an object onto a binary file, open in write mode. Okay, so WB only we need to use whenever we work on binary files. Till now we have worked with text files. So text files will be using only W or W plus, but here we need to use W plus B or WP plus or W B alone. We need to use whenever we work on the binary files. The access mode alone, we need to check it carefully whenever we write the content into the binary file. Okay, so in order to write an object into the binary file, so whenever we are creating the object and the object of the class, and that object need to be returned to the binary file, means it should be open in write mode, and you should use dump function as per the following syntax. So what syntax we need to use for writing the binary file contents, writing the contents to the binary file? Pickle dot, okay, that module what we have imported now, that name dot dump method from this module, and then opening parenthesis object to be written. Which object you want to return, either list or class student. Okay, so that is class name, both the class names we can write here. So object to be returned need to be written first, comma, to which file handle, to which file you want to write. That file handle name only you need to write here. Okay, so file handle only is the reference for that file, no? So you need to write the file handle here. So for example, if you have a file open in handle file 1, and you want to write a list, namely list 1 in the file, then you may write pickle.dump list1 comma file 1. So in the file named some file named in the handle name called file 1. So to that you want to transfer this content, so you need to write like this. So in the same way you may write dictionaries also. Okay, dictionaries and class objects etc in a binary files. For example, to write an object student1 of class type student. Okay, student1, that is from the class student, you need to write the object called student1 into the file name called file handle, referring some file called file2. Okay, so you need to use like this, pickle.dump student1. Student1 is the object name of student. Okay, so first student, second student, like that n number of students you can create under the student class. Okay, so that object you want to send it to file, second file means second binary file means that file handle is written as file2. So the file handle name only here it is written. We should not write the file name. Okay, file name is opened already in open function, and with the help of WB access mode we have written, and it is assigned to some file pointer or file handle or file object. That file handle or object only we need to, file object only we need to mention here. Okay, so we will see example program, then we will be clear with how these statements are going to be used in the program in order to pass the entire class or entire objects of that class to binary file. Okay, so now we have the program with the help of the class. Okay, so concepts we have learned now, based on that only this program is written. So student class we are going to create. Under student we will be having every student will have roll number, name and marks also. So first we have given according to the procedure of hook concepts. Before that we need to see import pickle, because we need to we need to do writing contents of this object of the class student. Okay, so student 1, student 2, student 3, like that some objects we can create. That objects we need to, objects contents we need to write it into the file. So for that we need to import the pickle module. So first we need to write that statement, import pickle. Then class student colon define def double underscores init double underscore opening parenthesis self comma r number is assigned as 0 and name is initially given as blank. Okay, so blank always indicated with double quotes only. So initially roll number is assigned as 0. Okay, close the method, that is init method, and then colon self dot roll number equal to r number. Okay, and then self dot name is equal to name. Okay, and then self dot marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, everything is assigned as 0 0.0 for first mark, second mark is also assigned as 0 0.0, third also 0 0.0. Here we have sent r number as 0 and name as blank. No, that is only assigned here for this roll number and name. Okay, and read marks. So if you want to read the marks, you need to call this method read marks. Okay, display marks, display separately, one more function is used. Okay, that we will see in the next page. So read marks, self alone we have given here. So here itself the marks are going to read from the keyboard. Okay, so that print enter the marks of 3 subjects. So self dot marks 1, self dot marks 2. So whenever we are accessing the variables inside the class, we need to use the parameter self. Okay, so self dot marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. Then whatever the input you are getting as a mark, that should be converted into float. Okay, and then we are displaying using define the display function. Print student details are print roll number self dot roll number. So because it is written inside the class, so that self dot only is written. Okay, so now we came to main part of the program. Okay, so student 1 is first object, student 2 is the second object for the class student. So student, which name it was created. So always the class name should starts with capital letter, that you need to remember. Class name you just write it in capital. Okay, first letter as capital. So student of 13 comma Rohan, that is first student roll number, and this is going to be passed because roll number and name here we have given in init method. No, so that value we need to mention. Initially it was assigned as 0 and blank, so that value only we are passing for the first object 13 and Rohan, and second is roll number 15, and for the second object student 2 15 and Nitya. Okay, two objects are created here. First one first object, second object. Okay, so first student 1 dot read marks. So first two values we have passed, need to get the value for marks. No, so read marks for both the objects are called with the help of the object name only. So outside the class we need to call these functions with the help of what? Object name. Okay, so we are obtaining the marks, and then after obtaining the marks, what we need to do? We need to write the content. Okay, so student 1 and student 2 will be having all the details. Okay, till now whatever we have obtained, everything will be there in student 2 and student 1. So both are going to be written in file 1. So file is opened with the help of WB mode. Okay, so everything you can see here, open function inside file name comma WB mode we have opened, and then pickle dot dump. So we need to first call the module name dot dump, and then which object we need to pass. Both the objects we are passing here, student 1 and student 2, both are returned to the file handle called file 1, and then file 1 dot close. Understood? So now if you see the content, how the content is written inside the file, just see, it is not able to understand by us. Okay, so like this the file is written. We have got marks from the user. Okay, so from the keyboard now we have obtained the marks. How these marks are written into the file, just see. Okay, so this is only byte stream format. Okay, you can see in your book every values are written here, but it is not understandable by human being. So that so it is called byte stream process. Okay, this is known as serialization process. And reading instances from a file. Next topic is reading instances from a file. So how these file contents are returned back as a normal value, as a human can easily understand what is the roll number and name and all the other details, and all we can get it back as the original structure. Okay, so once you have returned onto the file using pickle dump, okay, you need to read from the file using load functions of the same pickle module, as it would then unpickle the data coming from the file. So it will unpickle the data which is coming from the file. The load function is used as per the following syntax. That is object name is equal to, okay, pickle.load file handle. So here if you see pickle.dump only we have written, that is object name is written inside the dump function. But here we are reading and then it is assigned to object. So that object name equal to pickle.load, that file handle name we need to write. Okay. See, we will see the code for that. So the following program 2 does the same for you. It reads the objects written by the program 2 from the file student.log and displays them. But before you move on to the program code, it is important to know that pickle.load function, it will be raising error. It would raise EOF error, end of file error, when you reach the end of file while reading from the file. Okay. So to avoid that, what we need to do? So thus you must write pickle.load enclosed in. So this pickle.load, it should be enclosed within what? Within try and except statement. So try colon except EOF error colon, and then only you need to close the file handle. Okay. So like that, this statement, that is object is equal to pickle.load, the file handle need to be written within these two statements, try and except error statements, EOF error statements in between. This pickle.load need to be included, okay, in order to avoid what error? EOF error, because when the file is going to when the file pointer is reaching the end of file, automatically this error will occur. So to avoid that only, we are enclosing this pickle.load statement inside try and except EOF error in between. Okay. So you may also use with statement to open the file also. Okay. And program 2 to read the instances from the file. Okay. From class student, from a file, namely student log. So import pickle, same thing is written. No changes in the previous code. See here, see 0.0 only they have written there, but here 0 was written, no problem. Okay, now student 1, student alone. Okay, already the file is available now, so we are not passing anything here, just we are reading the content from the file. So RB mode, it is open. So we have written the statement try, while true means what means, because it is going to read repeatedly. When no more records, it will give EOF and it will take you to except sections where file is closed. Okay, so if no more records are available, it will be going to end of file and it will be executing the statement and then file will be finally closed. Okay, so this will be reading repeatedly. For that only this while true is used here, while true colon, because we are reading, so it will be starting from the beginning and it should go up to some limit. No, so here we are giving the limit as true. Okay, so if it reaches EOF character, then automatically it won't raise any error. It will be closing the file. So for that only this try except EOF error, and then file will get closed. Okay, so student 1 object name is equal to pickle.load file 1. So student 1 dot display. So you are calling display method after reading the content from the file 1. So file 1 is mentioning, file handle is mentioning student 1 dot log. So from student 1 dot log, the file contents are going to be loaded to this object. So with the help of this object only, we are calling this display. The content are going to be displayed like this. See here, student details are displayed in a neat format. Roll number 13, name, Rogan, marks in 3 subjects. So like that only it was written here now. The same manner we are getting the result here also. Okay, so after that file is going to closed. So you can read, go through this binary files one more time. This is also one of your content in a syllabus. Okay, so every concepts related to files, I think text files, binary files, all the concepts related to files I completed. And pending is only few topics are pending in Python. Only few more topics are pending in Python, less topics only. And we need to concentrate on one more chapter, that is connecting our database and Python. Okay, so front end and back end we need to connect. That chapter alone is pending there. So with that, we will complete the entire syllabus. Okay, so if I complete that Python connectivity with the database, we will be ending all the concepts in your syllabus. Okay, thank you, students.